Hello again.
We're trying one more time. Now let me see over here. I wish I had my computer back because this is driving me crazy. So there it is. Now it's there.
Okay. I see Paula Henry, maybe Jen,
It's not
Miss Luna, Marie Price Miller.
I don't know why it's doing this again. It's not going. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so now we're there. And we just have to wait for everybody. All right, so people are starting to find it now. So sorry right now.
Sorry, y'all.
But, it would not be a normal night without Barb and I having some technical difficulties. It's always right.
Always.
Hey, Judy. Hi, Marie.
Hi, Judy. Hi, Marie. Hi, Miss Luna. You're still there.
So I apologize for that, but for some reason it just wasn't linking to our Facebook page. So if you're on YouTube, are people back on YouTube? Hi, Rebecca. If you're on YouTube, Rebecca, let me know. And if you're on our Facebook page, let me know. Hi, Cindy. All right. So I see Cindy. YouTube.
Hi, Jen.
All right. So we're going to just let everybody find it again since I deleted it and then we came back. So So I hope everybody's had a good last week. It was a very long week.
Yes.
But we did get some news, right, Barb? And you attended that press conference, and bottom line was it was the avian flu.
Yes, which was definitely not what we wanted to hear.
Hi, Susan.
Hi, Susan. Hi, Judy.
All right.
Hey, we missed you too, Paula.
We're trying to give everybody a little bit of time to get on here because we're having some problems. Hi, Kathy. Welcome from South Carolina.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Rose May.
Miss Luna. Mrs. Luna.
I'm doing good, Luna. All right, so good deal.
Hey, Peggy.
So it was a long week. And waiting on answers, and we finally received them. And it's not what we wanted to hear. I don't think any answer that we would have received is anything that we wanted to hear.
Yeah. Hi, Debbie.
But Barb, you've been going to the nest every day.
Yes, every day I've been there.
Hi, Debbie.
Let me see. We are. It's been a week since well, not a week since we found out, but it's been a week since 25 passed away. We did know it's avian flu, so both mom and dad have been seen, which is great. We're just, hoping that they're staying in the area. We did see the subadult party in the nest tree with 3 different.
A lot of subadults. Why? I'm talking. It's like a lot of subadults have been showing up.
Yeah. I did get a couple pictures of the subadult that flew towards M in the west pasture, and then of course M gave warning vocals, and then the subadult landed next to him in the west pasture, and I mean they just sat there together. Dad didn't seem too terribly concerned about the subadult being there. So
I think he had no energy to deal with it. I think
probably not. Hey, Essie.
Hi, Essie. Congratulations, Essie, on your grandbaby.
Yeah, I saw that too. So yeah, we're yes, they're definitely not out of the woods yet, but I am very cautiously optimistic, me personally, I refuse to give up on them.
I'm telling you, got to keep positive vibes going. I believe that the more it's like what they say, you speak it into existence. It's definitely something that I would like to stay positive about too. And I know a lot of people are freaking out about M's eyes, and you and I were talking about this, but this is something that you've seen every year with him, right? Almost every season.
Yeah, at least the last 3 seasons where like it's almost like he has allergies in his eyes. And you know, with him rubbing it on his wing, I mean, it's probably just a lot of irritation. I've seen M's eyes swollen shut, both of them. I mean, but Liz did and I did talk to Liz, and Liz also is not terribly, terribly concerned at this point about it. She did capture a screenshot off one of the cams where he was flying and his eye was open. So, hey, Dale. So like I said, this has happened to him, like at least for the last 3 or 4 seasons that I've been photographing him. I've noticed it, and I've noticed it not once in the year, but twice. I've noticed it around this time of the year, and then I've also noticed it a little bit later in the year. So, like I said, I am not going to be terribly concerned about his eyes right now.
So it's a good thing that, especially when he was flying, he could open his eyes, because I heard different things. People were talking about his eyes were completely shut, crusted shut, and everything, and they were not. He could open up his eyes. So whatever seems to be going on with him, they weren't completely crusted shut like people thought. When he needed them the most, he could open them, and especially when he's flying.
It'd be a good idea.
Yeah, probably so. I don't think I could do too well with my eyes closed trying to fly either. But I'm talking about, I like to think we're getting closer to the point. I was worried there for a little bit because we didn't see F-23 for a few days. That was kind of worrying me. We saw M come back, and then she just wasn't around, and I was really worried. I think I was driving you and Liz crazy. Like, have you seen F-23? But now she's back. And how does she look, Barb?
I got some pictures of her. Hold on, all my days are running together here. 2 days ago, and she had flown from the east. She looked great flying. She was looking around while she was flying. She landed in the nest tree. No issues with landing and wobbling all over the place. And then she just sat up in the nest tree for a really long time. And then, of course, she took off like right after I left. Which is
I also, right. I also want to say that neither Barb or I are experts on eagles or anything, but Barb has been shooting photography of them for a very long time. But we're giving our opinions, so I want to state that first off. So if anybody comes back and this is our observations of what we see, and also from our conversations amongst our group and so forth. And I like to see that they seem like they've been flying a lot. We witnessed them eating. So everything is very positive.
Yeah, I mean, we saw M have a half-hearted attempt yesterday at bonding with F-23. Maybe he just wasn't totally up to it, or maybe she just wasn't in the mood. But that kind of
freaking tired. Well, M obviously had a little more strength.
Yeah, their crops, Paula, look good to me, and seen both of them do poop shoots, and both their poops look good too. So,
oh, they do? I was going to ask you.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm staying cautiously optimistic and throwing as much positive energy as I can at them. both.
Jen,
And I know that a bunch of us are praying for them. I mean, that pretty much goes without saying. I've seen people that have been praying for them from all over the
yes,
world.
a lot of people.
So prayer is pretty powerful.
I was telling you yesterday, I think I answered so many private messages to Florida Country that came in just for the podcast. I was like, wow, I spent out like 3 hours answering questions. Jen, does anyone know why Pritchett cams went black and white? We are not connected to the Pritchett, the Southwest Eagle cam, so I could not tell you that question. We observe them just like you do.
Hi, Kathy.
Yes, Janet said, love seeing both bathing in the pond.
Yeah, hi, Vicky. Yeah, the black and white, maybe Marie Price Miller could answer your question.
Marie Price Miller would know way more than we would when it comes to the actual cams. Susan Moore says she is too keeping positive with M15 and F23. As long as they are flying and eating, it's great news to her. So I agree with that too. Hi, Kathy Howe.
Yeah, definitely.
Trying to catch up with everybody's conversations. Hi, Dale. Dale, you did not find Harriet, by the way. And I will be announcing the winner of Find Hide Harriet. Coming up in the next couple of days, we'll announce the winner. We have.
I didn't even get my magazine yet.
Well, they're late. So the magazine's late because I pulled the Eagle Country out. And I had to. So when they print magazines, they print them in 16 pages is what they call a signature. So I pulled out 16 pages and had to have those redone. And not only did I do that, but they have severe weather up in the north. So I'm waiting for them. They are arriving actually in the next day or two.
Well, I'm just saying that I didn't get a chance to look
at it.
And we also just the other
digital's
day
out.
Had our second.
The digital's out. They're all over the digital.
Yeah. We just had our second anniversary of losing Harriet.
It doesn't feel that long.
So,
it feels like yesterday.
I know. Actually, a friend of mine brought this is a Beanie Baby, but it's a praying bear. And if you look, he's like on his knees.
I love it.
So, I know.
Paula, I was gonna let Paula, your magazines went out today.
And I know a lot of people have asked me in the past before if I was going to do a reprint of the Harriet book, and I have. I've done it on a very limited basis. If anyone is interested in the book, let me know. But yeah, it's
there's Miss Marie Miller. Yeah. So you're gonna do that? You decided to do it?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, it's yeah. I look back through my copy and it was like, oh man,
Dale, I have to say something to Dale Cox. Dale, you know what my favorite part about you looking for Harriet in the magazine is the answers you give for where Harriet are.
Because they're always wrong.
Dale's always wrong. Poor Dale. But so if anybody doesn't know, we do a contest. We run it in every issue of Florida Country and Coast magazine. It's called Hide Harriet. And Harriet goes on all kinds of adventures in there, and you have to find her. And she's just mixed up in the magazine articles. She's never in the Eagle Country section, but she is just in there. And it started out pretty good, and now it's great. I'm telling you, we have hundreds and hundreds of people that enter that contest, and we pick someone and you get a free subscription, an annual subscription. I saw something about a question. Rebecca wanted to know, how much is your Harriet book?
It's $57, including shipping. It's 50 pages. There's tons of pictures of Harriet in there, some of M15.
I have your book somewhere. Do you
But
have your book around?
I actually had somebody ask me about how much does it cost a subscription to your magazine today. Actually, I think Miss Luna asked, how do we get books and magazines?
Okay, so you can go to Florida Country Magazine, and you can subscribe right there. Our digital is free, but I always appreciate everyone to support the magazine with paper and aluminum going up like crazy again for us. It's $49.95 and it's 6 issues. So you can sign up right there. The only thing, if you want to send somebody a subscription and you want to give it like a gift, you need to email us after you purchase the subscription and let us know that you purchased it in your name, but here is because for some reason our gift section is not working at the moment. So when you get that email, just send it back and say, I purchased a gift subscription for this person. Here is their address, and we will respond letting you know that we did receive that information.
Happy birthday, Dale.
I saw Miss.
Somebody said it's.
Oh, happy birthday, Dale. I'm always on my business ones, and we don't get birthday notifications.
Thank you, Vic.
Hi, Brandy. Yeah, do you have a copy of your book there? I was looking because I have it, but I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Her book is awesome.
Hold on,
if you haven't seen it, the book's awesome, and her photography, we all know, is amazing. Yes, Dale, you did.
Oh, I was going to ask.
Yeah, he did find. Yeah, he did find her once. And Dale, I don't need to pick on you, but yeah, here's Barb's book. It's amazing, and the photos. Show some of your photos inside, Barb.
Yeah, this cover photo. This is M15 with his wings over Harriet, which is probably one of my favorite pictures.
Hi, Mara. Is it Mara or Mara?
Geez, this is them. This is them after bonding.
What's your favorite picture in the book?
Oh, geez, I don't know. I kind of like this one. I did catch her in the early morning sunrise, and it was really beautiful sky. Yeah. It's kind of hard to see it, but the it's kind of like a purplish sky, and it was just so pretty behind her.
Look at all the happy birthdays to Dale. Everybody tell Dale happy birthday. Dale, we hope you have an amazing birthday because we appreciate you all the time. Yes. I just saw Marie Price Miller says, seems I'm on the wrong page again tonight. Where are you at? She's back. I think she found us on Facebook now. Marie, people were asking what happened with the cameras yesterday, and we said you were the person that probably would know.
Yeah, they were asking Marie why the cameras all of a sudden went black and white.
Janet, the magazine is not sold in stores, but it will be soon, and it's going to be at Barnes & Noble. So I'm pretty excited about that. You can pick so if you're in Fort Myers, our biggest distributor is Bass Pro Shops. They go through a lot. You can also pick them up at Tractor Supplies, and you can get your hands on them for free. We distribute so many copies around the state of Florida for free, and they're gone within a day or 2 days when we drop them off. Some places get 30, some get 100, some get 15. But I will tell you, it doesn't matter if they get 15 or 200. They will be gone within a day or two, especially at Tractor Supplies, and so forth. Bass Pro Shop is your best bet if you are in the Southwest Florida area to go, because they go through about 800 to 1,000 a week. And that's the only stand that we refill on a daily basis, too.
Debbie Myers wanted me to show her favorite picture of Harriet. and it's her preening her
I
tail.
miss Debbie. Oh, that's a good one.
The queen of preen is what we used to call Harriet.
Let's see. I'm sorry if I'm saying her name wrong. I don't know if it's Mara or Mara because I have two friends with the name and they both say them two different ways. So she said that she read today in Elf Finder that there were a pair of eagles in South Carolina had a second clutch 2 months after their only chick died. Em and Harriet are the only other pair to have a later clutch. So that's true.
Yes, that was when we ended up with E15 and 16, and E15 was the baby that was never, ever, ever, ever leaving. That baby stayed for 216 or 217 days.
Janet, we do deliver over in Fort Lauderdale area. Not too many stops over there, though, just to let you know. You're probably best on going on to our website, subscribe there, and have it delivered right to your door. And you don't have to worry about going all around trying to find them.
Yeah.
Hi, Vanessa.
Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Trisha.
Trying to keep up with all of these.
Yeah, I know.
It's a lot. About time it calms down, then they go to No, Peggy, they will not be in Pennsylvania. But even though I do have a lot of subscribers from Pennsylvania, in fact, I have subscribers from all over the world.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Shell said E15, gosh, they're the one again, had the loudest squee.
Yes. I probably have more pictures of E15 than any other of the babies for sure, because he was here forever.
Yeah. That's the one that fledged, took so long to leave the nest, right?
Yeah, it was a little late, and then let's see, when she left for like a week and then came back, and it was like squee, 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 dad, 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 food, 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 and Emmer's just kept feeding. Kept feeding.
So, what do you think? You think they're going to have another one?
I don't know. I want to kind of reserve any answer until I know that they're both going to be okay. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, anything's possible. You just never know. I kind of hope not. I kind of hope that they have time to heal and get totally well. Because I don't know if there's any research on, say, that birds that have survived avian flu, what happens when they try to have eggs again? Are their eggs healthy? It's hard to say. There's so much that's not known about this, but I am
Hi, Brenda.
keeping a hey, Brenda. I'm just keeping as much positive thoughts as I can.
That's all we can do, for sure.
Yeah.
You know what my biggest thought has been is all of these subadults coming to the nest, they're probably going to get sick, right? Because it's highly contagious.
Well, the thing that I read about avian flu is they said that it can last up to 30 days on very smooth surfaces like metal or glass, and cooler temperatures. Okay, it's been pretty warm, and that is not a smooth surface up there. So, we don't know if they're going to get sick. We don't know how long, I mean, ask the experts, but, like I said, there's so little that is known about this. You would think more would be known by now. It's been around for a few years. So, I just hope they can figure out a way to eradicate it. Would be great.
Right. Janet, I had something about them because they were alive at the time I wrote my article in the February March issue, and then all of this struck, and I just couldn't let it go through. In the April May issue, yes, I will have something in there that's going to be very difficult. Because Barb and Liz always participates in the articles that I write, because I always ask them to fact check myself. So I'm not looking forward to writing that article, but yes, I can't not write about it, for sure. But I was planning on M and F-23 to be on the cover this year, but it's kind of all messed me up with everything happening. It just, I don't know. I got to get a positive spin back on the stories. But yes, Janet, to answer your question, April, May, I will have something about the eaglets in there for sure.
Yeah.
It's tough. Let's see. Bird flu could still, Sydney Wells said the bird flu could still be in the area, risky to have checks. Yes. So Marie Miller said the eggs themselves are not affected in any way from the virus. It's once the chicks are hatched. And by then, I would hope that they're gone by then.
Yeah, and I mean it's been pretty warm. Like I think it got up to like 86 today. It was pretty warm. It was pretty hot out even in the morning.
Yes.
Man, I got there around 8 o'clock and I was sitting in the sun, and that lasted about 15-20 minutes.
God, it was so hot, wasn't it? It's crazy how we go from so cold to like so hot. But it was nice to have some cool weather there for like day after day. I thought was very, very nice, instead of going hot, cold during the same day,
I was not complaining about the cold weather. I mean, I know it was really cold, a few days, but whatever. I mean, I love it. This hot, humid, you walk outside and you're drenched after 5 minutes.
I can't believe I did not drive up, because it would have been a good story. Snow in Florida, I dropped the ball. I wanted to drive. Like, I was just thinking this the other day, like, how did I drop the ball on? I could still get a story, because I'm sure plenty of people that were up there have good pictures of Florida, but I've never seen snow. So,
which makes me even more surprised you didn't go.
I know. I wanted to go, and my husband said, we don't know how to drive in snow, and everything was shut down, like government places. I think a lot of people had shut down, like in up there in the Panhandle. They had like 9 inches of snow. But the lady said it was, I talked to a lady the other day, and she said it was gone the next day. It's like,
yeah, I was up in Tennessee. I was up in Tennessee seeing my brother, and then I was like, okay, well, now I'm going to go down to Jacksonville to see my stepson. And I'm like, I got there and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get stranded here. Like, and I mean, it was great to see them. Don't get me wrong. I mean, if I was going to be stranded anywhere, I would prefer, it'd be great being with them, because I haven't seen my stepson and his wife for a while. So it was great, catching up. And, I had my 2 grand puppies to keep me company and keep me warm. So, and then I was going to stop and see a friend in Jacksonville, but her and her husband got sick, so I came back down, and that's when everything happened with the E24 and E25. So,
wow. Now, Peggy, I think what Peggy's asking, and Peggy, if I'm wrong, you can correct me, but I think you're asking, will they get sicker being in the nest, pulling on stuff in the nest? And I don't think so. I think it's like us with the flu. If we're around it more, we already have the virus, so we're not going to get sicker. I don't know that to be 100% facts.
Right. Yeah, I guess this avian flu is in a lot of the northern states: Michigan, Pennsylvania, New York, Wisconsin, Illinois. It's everywhere, unfortunately.
Yes, Mara, she did make it on the cover. In fact, I got somewhere right here. That was our sweet Harriet on the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, M deserves to be on the cover for sure. And I thought, should I put M by himself? What do you think? That M should be by himself, or should it be M and F together? What do you think, Barb?
Wasn't M on the cover as Dad of the Year?
No, he didn't make it on the cover. I had a story about him being Father of the Year. Yeah, because Father's Day was June, July, and I guess I could have because it's mine, but my other readers that aren't really into Eagles, how dare them, they probably wouldn't understood Eagles being back-to-back on the cover.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we did the tribute to Harriet in here in this issue. This was April, May 2023 that we did that, and Desiree, Barb, all of you guys contributed to that, I think, didn't you?
Yeah, Liz.
This was what started, because we did the story on Desiree. Meet Desiree DeLise.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is what started our relationship, Barb.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I met all you fabulous photographers down there. Because I was like everybody else, just watching the cameras and seeing everyone down there, and so it was very nice, and I'm glad that that happened for sure, because I've met good friends for life.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at the comments, and I'm thinking you're going to have to do a cover with M, and then you're going to have to do a cover with M and F23. So just get ready.
So she doesn't get one by herself? Not yet. No. She doesn't get one by herself yet.
Not yet.
No.
Maybe next year. Or maybe next year.
No, next year would be M and F23, and then the following year maybe we'll give it to F23. I don't know. We'll have to figure that one out. But M definitely deserves the cover, and I totally my plans. Might have to do it for Father's Day again. I don't know. And everything's messed up. Everything.
Yeah. Yeah, really it's pretty messed up.
I know. It's like I think about Father's Day, but then he still is a good father. It just kind of feels weird to do it after losing the babies, to do something like that.
He's got such a great story, like especially with F21 and 22, that was just amazing. Like, it's like, wow. Like, there's nothing else you can say besides wow. Like, it's so amazing he did that by himself.
Yes, for sure. Marcia, I just saw where'd Marcia go. Marcia Green. Yes, you can order a single subscription. You go to our website and you'll see order single issues, and you can go right there. You can read all the digitals for free. You can even play the Hide Harriet game and submit it from the digital.
Yes.
Let's see. So Mara said, I'll never forget the image of 25 at the end. Never knew seizures could pick up and throw sideways. Yeah, it was the worst thing I've ever seen for both of them.
Yeah.
Don't ever.
Yeah.
I think they cleaned the nest out pretty good of stuff, though, because the nest looked pretty...
yeah, it didn't really look like there was a bunch of junk in there and stuff, so...
Yeah. I was reading something, Susan Morris, it's like the human virus says, sorry, don't mean to, like, I'm looking down because I'm trying to read y'all's chats because it just comes up so fast. Judy said he needs his own cover. Everybody agrees. Oh, Peggy says together. Dead geese, man, so it's going around in Maine, too.
Yeah, I think it's everywhere.
Now, do all birds get sick from that? Like, because I look at the little pests that were right in the nest right after everything, and I'm like, is every bird susceptible to avian flu?
I don't know. My understanding is like Muscovy ducks are carriers, but they don't show a lot of symptoms. So, it's too bad they can't like maybe, wrangle a couple of they're everywhere and find out what kind of antibodies they have and maybe come up with a cure. I mean, but I think as far as all other birds, yeah, they are susceptible. I mean, that's my understanding. I am by no stretch an expert on avian flu.
Yeah. Did you see what Marie Miller said? She said, I have to say, we really appreciate all the space that has been given to M and F23 these last days. And I'm talking about you guys respect those Eagles. A lot of people think that you guys maybe impose on them, but you do not. You guys make sure that you keep your space and distance and all of that stuff. That is number one in the photographer's eyes, is they know.
Yeah, we
you know their
definitely
personalities, dispositions, and so forth. You know when they're irritated. You know when they're fine. You know when they want to be left alone. You guys know this better than anybody because you watch them so much. I'm telling you.
We've had to get people to get away from them, like, and a lot of times us photographers, we get a really crappy rap, and a lot of the groups, we'll get totally bashed, and it's like, what is happening here? Like, we didn't do this, we didn't do that. But like, I remember when I think it was E17 fledged, and it was a Sunday, and the church had something going on, so their parking lot was full, but there was people around. And like, I remember I was there, Liz was there, I think Marie was there, and there was a guy that went running at the eaglet on the ground, and I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, you need to back up. I said, this eaglet is like, he's confused. It's his first time on the ground. You need to give him space. And I mean, we ended up like, positioning ourselves strategically to keep people away from them. And, it's stuff like that, people don't see, they don't hear about. And, but yeah, we, always give them their space. So, definitely try to,
Yeah, you see, Marie Miller said, unfortunately, she's seen where people posting comments are continually trying to pit the photographers against the mod. It's kind of terrible. That's, you know what? That's why I don't join any of the groups. I joined some and I got out of them because there's great groups out there for sure, but it just seems like you get one person that can just ruin it for everybody, and I just don't like participating. But I love supporting anyone and everyone that has anything to do with the Eagles. I just don't like to get in there and see, like, especially people bashing my friends or photographers that I know very well and stuff that's not true, so I just stay away from those things. Yeah. But there are some great groups out there, some really great groups, and Brenda Lloyd has a good group that's on here. And I just stick to myself. If people want to come, they go to Florida Country and Coast Magazine and share their thoughts there, just like Barb on your page, Wildlife Photography by Barb Henry. I still wish you could get your old page back.
You know what? It doesn't even come up anymore.
It doesn't?
No, when you go, it just directs right to my newer page, so...
Yes, I agree, Marie, for sure.
Thanks, Mark Zuckerberg.
You think he was still involved? It's like for the park, it's Redneck Yacht Club. They wouldn't allow me to have my name back because they said the term redneck was derogatory. It's been a business for 20 years. And they still would not, so now we're RYC Mud Park because we couldn't have our name back.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, everybody loves you guys, all your photographers.
Well, and I mean, I just do it because I love taking pictures, like, of any wildlife,
I love the word dramatic. Lord, some of the groups are so dramatic.
Oh yeah.
Let's say Marie said that herself has purchased many photos as gifts for family and friends. I'm talking, what would we do without the photographers? I'm talking for real. We can only take so many pictures off the cam that says the picture has all their watermarks and everything. But we cannot capture photos like you guys do. The talent that you have, the size of your cameras. I'm talking about, I can't get over the size of the zoom lens on your cameras. Desiree, if you're listening anywhere, Desiree has one of the biggest zoom lenses on her camera. I don't even know if she carries it around, but
Yeah, we call it a bazooka.
a bazooka? Is that what it's really called, or is that what y'all call it?
That's what we call it. Desiree's bazooka. Yeah.
But I'm talking about, I wish people knew what a close group you guys are. That's what I love about you guys the most. You look out for each other. I'm talking, and I'll speak from my own personal experience when I lost my horses back to back. You guys were right there for me, and sent me the most beautiful gifts and stuff for their grave site and just for me, for memories. And I'm talking more than my own family or friends. So I appreciate all that. And I just see like each one of us going through so many things and everybody just groups together around everyone. So that's what I love the most about it. The camaraderie between you guys is phenomenal.
Like that nest, I mean, literally that nest saved me after my husband died.
Yeah.
It gave me purpose.
Right.
And,
I'm told it's the same thing for Desiree.
Yeah.
Liz.
Definitely have that in common.
Liz, that nest means a lot to Liz, and her recovery and getting better and doing as how amazing she's doing, as I believe from my conversations with Liz, is the nest. That is her happy place.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm telling you, it's just amazing how much that nest is so powerful in people's lives. I was trying to explain this the other day. In fact, we talked about it last week, how, I'm sitting there bawling on the phone and my friend goes, what's wrong? And the baby died and now I'm worried about the other. And she goes, oh, the Eagles? I'm like, what do you mean? Oh, the Eagles. What was that all about, And then I, try to call my family, and they think I'm absolutely nuts. Like I'm over here crying hysterically. You can't even console me, and I'm sitting there crying, and they're like, "Whew, she's really upset over those Eagles." But it was really nice, and I think for everybody else last week that I'm not the only nutso around that's crying uncontrollable. We all were, and everyone on here, which I loved. You got to get your feelings out and talk about it. And I'm glad that Barb and I could do that. I received a lot of wonderful messages from a lot of people that said, thank you so much for giving us that forum. And I'm glad we could do that. It wasn't our intention, but that's how it worked out. And if you guys needed to get it off your chest, or if you ever need anything, I'm talking about, that's what this forum is here. We all love these Eagles, and we have good times together and we have bad times together. But we share these moments with the Southwest Florida Eagles together for sure.
Well, I had someone when E24 passed away, and I went to the nest, and I mean, I was a train wreck, man. I just could not control myself. And this guy looks at me and he's like, what? I'm like, E24. And he's like, it's just a bird. And I was like, I literally, all I could see was like red. And I thought, I literally want to grab this person around the throat and strangle them. I'm like,
yes. What do you mean?
I should probably just walk away before I end up in jail, because I just couldn't even believe that somebody would say that. Yeah. And I mean, this is someone that goes there a lot, which made it even worse. I was just like, wow.
Paula says when she visits the nest from Maryland, she's starstruck meeting the photographers. That's pretty cool. I like that.
My God.
You know, it was, I understand that feeling though, because you see you guys and then, you know, we go to your pages and we look at all of your things. And then when you get to meet you in person, it's like, oh, you're the one that took my favorite photo. Barb,
Yeah.
you are the one that's taken my favorite photo. And I just, you know, so I totally get what you say.
Yeah.
Paula.
Like, to me, it's embarrassing because I'm like, oh God, you know, like it makes me uncomfortable a little bit because, like, I had a lady, she's like, wait, what's your name? And I'm like, Barb Henry. And she's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I watched a podcast last week. Like, hey.
That's gotta make you feel good though. I'm telling you.
I never tried to do this like to get recognition or like fame or anything like that. And it still makes me a little bit uncomfortable because it's like, oh my God, like just out here taking pictures, you know? I mean, and I love it.
Hi, Kevin. I haven't seen Kevin. Haven't seen. It's like I see you guys on here. I don't know why I feel like that, but it's like, oh, I see Kevin. And he said the nest area is a spiritual place, and that is for sure.
I'm sorry, Kevin, I don't have a
Susie
Detroit
Chen
shirt on tonight.
I know. I was just going to say, like, here goes this Detroit thing again. Susie Chen says, does anyone know the date that we can be watching out for symptoms? So we know that M15 and F23 may be in the clear. I believe we were told 2 weeks, right? We don't know when that 2 weeks started or anything.
I would think, this is just me personally, I would think that the 2 weeks started when 24 died. I could be wrong. I mean, it could have started from when Crow did their thing last Thursday. I mean, I just don't know, but I would think, you know, when they said, you know, I think they said 10 to 14 days is crucial. I mean, I would personally think it would be from when 24 died, but I don't know that.
Yeah, I'm talking about, we really don't know, but
oh no, Jen, you really wouldn't.
And Carol said this nest has helped her get through. She also lost her husband, and it keeps her going. I'm talking about, I can't tell you how many women that I can think of on top of my head, and Barb, you probably know more, that have gone through what Barb has been through. Same thing with Barb, same thing with Desiree, that nest has helped you guys get through from losing your spouse. I hear that a lot, Carol. So when I read that, it touches me because I know several people that have told me this. And I just know from Barb and Desiree's story, too, the same thing for them.
Yeah.
Mara, she just said that. She just talking about, you know, the eaglets dying. She says, I just tell my people that it was Frank or Joe that died, so they give me sympathy. So they give sympathy, even if they have no idea who I'm talking about. I like that. I'm going to use that next time. So when somebody says I'm crying about him, be like, Joe just died. It was horrible.
You'll be like, oh my God, let me give you a hug.
That's a really good one. Cindy Wells, birds of a feather flock together. That's so true. Hi, Daisy. She said people never understand us.
Yeah, there was a lady, Wink News was there, and there was an older lady standing there, and I couldn't say how old she was. I'm going to say, I shouldn't even call her older like I'm old, but she had to be like in her mid 70s. And I felt so bad because she looked so lost. Like she was just standing at the fence and like I could tell that she was crying. And, I just walked up to her and I'm like, hey, are you, I put my hand on her shoulder and I was like, hey, are you okay? And she's like, I'm just so sad. And I'm like, can I hug you? And I'll tell you the next day, and Debbie Myers, day she came back to the nest and she went to the store and bought us a pair of earrings each.
Oh
And
my
she's just
gosh.
like, I can't believe I can't tell you how much that meant to you or meant to me. And I was just like, wow, like I'm a hugger. I like my whole family. We're just all huggers, and she,
That's me too.
yeah, she was just so sweet. Her name is Kay Castellini, and just a
Yeah.
really, just a really beautiful spirit, but a lot of people are, like this has really affected them. Oh,
Yes, I'm talking. It's like Peggy just said. Peggy said she watched them come get the baby off the ground that morning. She cried so hard. I'm talking. This has been tough on everyone. Susie says she shares her life with parrots. Hear that a lot. It's just a bird. Yes, I'm talking. It's amazing, but I understand. I get it. I have to look at some people are just not animal people, or maybe they're one type of animal person or something, but I don't know. It was, I had a rough few days, and it was like I had to talk to you guys. Like this was my outlet to be able to talk about it and not feel like, am I crazy or do I sound ridiculous? Is that what's going on? So it was very nice to have the group to talk to, because I'm telling, maybe we helped you, you helped me for sure, and I think Barb, they helped you too. It was very bad last week.
yeah. Yeah, it's, because I guess in a forum like this with, you have all these people that love these Eagles and like are so invested in them. Like we're all just like a big family. Like, we all have each other to lean on and we all kind of understand,
Mm-hmm.
it's like someone will say, oh, well, it's just a dog or it's just a cat. And it's just like, man, like those people.
Did you see? Hi, Melody. I didn't even say hi. Did you read what Melody said? Melody said, mental note, everyone. If you're ever at the nest, run up to Barb and ask her for her autograph. Oh, my God.
Yeah, right. Thanks, Melody.
Yeah. Get it started, Melody.
Yeah, no, just don't. Please. Oh, my God. Melody.
I kind of agree with Marie Miller on the waiting time, because even though they said 2 weeks, Marie said she'd like to give it a month, and I kind of agree with that. 2 weeks, I'll feel much better, but we really don't know when the 2 weeks are. But I think Barb and I are going based on when the eaglets is what we're kind of starting our 2 weeks on. But I say it's great that they're flying, they're eating, they're taking baths. I'm talking. We know that M's eyes have been like this pretty much every season. Have they been this bad, Barb? You've seen them this bad?
Yeah, like you get all rusty, and it's he's just, I've seen him every year. It's like, oh boy, here's M and his allergies again. Desiree said that,
and
like a week
and
or
even
so
Liz,
ago, because
And you said Liz wasn't really not too concerned either about his eyes. There could be other symptoms you guys could see that would worry you more than his eyes. This is the time for allergies, though, for sure.
Definitely.
Linda Wood said, well, okay, Barb, when I visit the nest, I'm going to want an autograph picture of yours.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably walk outside. Like I'll walk out on my patio in the next week or two, and everything will be covered in yellow out there.
Have you heard anything about your petition, Barb?
I have not. That's right now with everything that's happened. Like until that was just brought up, I hadn't even really thought about it. I'm just going to have to get it back out there again and, potentially try to go maybe before the Fort Myers City Council and try to get something on the docket where they can bring it up and it can be in an open. Just
right.
say, hey, you guys really need to help us do something. Somebody asked how Liz was doing. Liz seems to be doing okay. I mean, this, of course, has hit her hard, as it has all of us. But, Liz is pretty stoic, and
she's a tough cookie.
She is. She keeps things kind of close to the chest. But
yes. And you guys can always reach out to Liz too. You can go to Liz Photos. She also has wonderful stuff that you can purchase from her too, that helps her very much with her procedures and so forth that she goes through in life. So please make sure that you support Liz. But go to Liz Photos and always reach out to Liz. I'm sure she would love to hear from you guys. We tell her all the time how much you guys ask about her. We miss her terribly because I feel like Liz was the backbone of our group. She was always a wealth of information, always had great videos to share and great photos. So I hope that Liz does come back. That door is always open forever for her, but other than that, we'll keep pushing through this. Bootsy, I see that you have had 2 breast cancer surgeries. You found the Southwest Florida Eagles in 2020. She got her smile and laughter back. Prayers, powerful praying for 100% healing. So we keep you in our prayers too, Bootsy. Thanks for sharing that with us.
Marie made a good point. She says if anyone sees a dead bird of any type, not just to remove it off the road, but discard it somewhere so no other birds can feed on it. She says she now has a box in her car for that.
Yes, Dale. No Eagles support on Sunday. I'm with you. Go Chiefs. I saw where we had some football fans that thought our shout out to Eagle Country was, they were like, go Eagles. I was like, what? And then finally somebody told me, there's the Eagle team or Eagle Nation out there.
Yeah.
But right, Susie? I get it. She can't believe that no one can see the beauty of the Eagles. Let's see.
Yeah, Melody, you're right. Make sure to wear gloves. I have I have actually welding gloves in my car for when I pick up roadkill off the road, because that seems to be F-23's favorite spot to get food is out of the road.
Right. What? I just wish, Night Cindy, hope we didn't miss you, but I see it now. Bootsy said M15 eyes do look ouch sore.
Yeah, I mean, like Liz caught that screenshot of him flying and his eyes were open, and when I seen him a few days ago, same thing. He had the one eye closed, but then I caught another few pictures of him and boom, it was open. So it's probably
Susie said that. Yeah. Susie Chen said her son lives right down the road from the nest. She goes to the nest every day when she goes to visit him. She's done it for the last 12 years. She lives in Texas.
All right.
Make sure if you ever come back to the nest, you search Barb down, get that autograph.
Okay. That'll be just about enough of that.
Where you, Melanie, you started something. We definitely make sure you get Barb's autograph if you go to the nest. We're going to start this where she has to autograph her photos. Or, you could be like a rock star. You can like autograph anything.
Yeah, okay. Get right on that.
I'm going to get all kind of autograph pens for you. That way you can just sign away.
That's right.
Look at everybody. Everybody is out for the Chiefs.
Yeah, Bootsy, I'm praying for them too.
I know. I love that Bootsy.
Yeah. Paula Henry.
She needs your autograph.
Oh, Debbie Myers. Yes, Melody does need to get her ass to the nest.
She does. She does. Where's Lime at?
I don't know. She actually she's had a rough year. Like a couple of her client dogs have passed away, and she just found out about another one just a couple hours ago. She texted me, and I was like, "Oh my God!" Like, ugh, I feel so bad for her.
Rebecca, somebody's got to support them. Rebecca's going for the Eagles. It's the only time I'm against the Eagle is on Sunday. It's the only time.
That's right.
Other than that, I love them, but not on Sunday.
All right. Well, why don't we wrap this up? I got to eat dinner. I thought we were going to be done at 3:30.
So we'll see you next week, and hopefully we just keep moving forward and everybody just keep all the Eagles in their prayers and stay positive and no bad thoughts, period. And Dale, keep searching for Harriet.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
All right. Love y'all.
All right.